What's going on, folks? This is Antoine with Cord Cutter Lifestyle and Tech, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Hotcat's 130 plus mile indoor amplified antenna. Paid 20 bucks for it on Amazon. Now, I'm gonna be honest, when I first seen it, it said 130 plus miles. Now this antenna is way smaller than another antenna I have that you must have, but when I seen the 130 plus miles, I was like, okay, this can't be true, because most companies, you know, they do the smart route. They say between 90 and 120, or between 35 and 60. They won't say 130 plus. So that's really hard for me to believe that this smaller antenna can get that much range. But we're going to take a look at it, and we're going to hook it up to the television and see how it compares to my current antenna. Now, this is what you get in the package: brown basic box, and nowhere on the box does it say the range. Now, what comes with it, you have your user manual, you have your antenna, and then you have amplifier, your USB adapter, things like that. And you can also stick it on the window, stick it on the wall. It's got tape right here. You got tape in the two corners right here. So, but at first glance, just looking at it, now just looking at the antennas I have, this one is the You Must Have indoor amplified antenna. As you can see, take this out the pack. Now these are pretty similar. They both have a 16-foot cord. Well, I think this was 18, this was 16 foot, but they're both thin, and they're both already attached, so you can't detach it and attach a smaller coaxial cord or a thicker coaxial cord. I mean, that's what I believe. The thicker coaxial cords tend to get you a better signal, based on the test I've done in previous videos. But as far as the material, it has like a shiny film right here, and then it's like a thin plastic right here, kind of like vinyl, like a vinyl feel to it, sort of like this one on the back. Got that vinyl feel to it. Now, this is the best antenna for my location, and I live in a pretty urban area. I'm pretty close to the TV towers, and this one, amongst all the antennas I have, this one gets me the best signals. But we're gonna go ahead and run a scan on it and see what kind of results we get.
Folks, so the first test we're gonna run is without the amplifier. We want to skip analog and go to next on digital, and overscan. Let's go to next, and let's run an auto scan. Now, with my current antenna, the You Must Have indoor HD antenna, which I paid 55 in the range of $55 for when it first came out, which I believe is now on sale for where they promoting the 2019 version, which is 27 bucks. And that antenna gets 36 channels, and that antenna is said to be between 60 and 80 mile range. So we're gonna see how the results differ from this antenna, which is said to be a 130 mile plus range antenna, against the 60 to 80 mile range antenna. To be honest with you, I think they just put that 130 mile plus in there because that's just hard to believe. Hopefully they can prove me wrong, though. We are already at 32% and we got 14 channels. Now this first scan is going to be without the amplifier. I don't know if you guys seen the video, but I ran a test with and without an amplifier, and with the amplifier in my situation, it actually decrease my signal quality, so I actually pulled in less signals with the amplifier on my You Must Have antenna. So we're gonna see how this one pans out, because we already had 34 channels and we only at 55%. So we got 38 channels. Now I just want to see what channels we actually got that's new. Channel 6, I already had that. Oh, wow, we still didn't get PBS. Now with the You Must Have antenna, I always get PBS. And 17, channel 17, which is ABC. Now ABC is showing on 2 different frequencies, on 68 and channel 17. So I was already getting ABC, but I was already getting 68, but I wasn't getting 17, but they're the same network. 21 I was getting, 21.4 I was getting, 28 I was getting. Now 31 I was getting, but it was very pixelated. 31.2 I wasn't getting. Decades. Start I definitely wasn't getting. Okay, that's Taraji P. Henson. 34 I definitely wasn't getting. 42 I was getting. Justice, Laugh, Escape. I was getting 46. I was getting 60. 62 again, that's ABC. So not that big of a difference in terms of the channels I'm getting. If anything, I am missing out on some channels, so I'm going to go ahead and connect the amplifier and run the auto scan again. 91%. Come on, CBS. Come on, PBS. Okay. So the scan is complete. You can also pick up radio stations with this Ava Media channel, but we're not going to get into that. So let's finish that and go back to our home screen and live television. So with the amplifier, we are missing channel 13. We missing a couple. What's that? 34. Did we still get Start TV? Nope, we missing out on Start TV. So with the amplifier, as I expected, we are missing out on, some channels that were coming in without the amplifier. So, and I ran some tests in some rural areas to just to see what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to get narrow down what do you really need? What type of environment do you really need to get a good signal with an antenna, and what type of antenna would you need? Is it based on elevation? Because the elevation where I'm at is around 700 feet. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna run a scan with the You Must Have 60 to 80 mile range indoor amplifier antenna, and I'm not going to be using the amplifier because the amplifier just degrades the signal in my situation. Now each antenna is right there in the window. We're gonna skip analog channel search and go to digital, and next, and let's run an auto scan. Now before, with the You Must Have indoor antenna, I would get between 33 and 35, 36 channels, but I always got PBS. I always got PBS. There we go. PBS just popped up. These antennas are right next to each other. right there in the window. So, you know, what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to go into some into the technicals of these channels and see the frequencies they're coming in, because I'm starting to believe that some antennas pick up different frequencies better than others, because again, the Hotcat indoor amplified 130 plus mile antenna, it says 130 miles, so it should be able to pick up PBS. Now you could take out all of the direction, wherever direction PBS is coming out of, southwest, southeast, whatever. Both of the antennas are in the exact same location, and the You Must Have antenna was able to pick up all 3 PBS channels. You have PBS, Create, and World TV. So, and actually in this instance, they picked up 39 channels, and we're only at 63%. So, that's just there's some good information to take in, especially for me. Just trying to figure out the perfect antenna. I got some more antennas coming. I like the technical side of cord cutting. I like the savings, the money you can save, and just it's kind of like a bargain hunt. Finding programs that are similar to the ones you used to watch, and just being able to constrain yourself to not going back to paid television. You're not settling, you're not being complacent, but it's just like a bargain hunt. So we got 43 channels with the You Must Have. Alright folks, so I got my location entered in antenna. Well, I went to antennaweb.org and it took me to the Antennas Direct website. So looking at the distance that we are from the channels that I didn't get with the Hotcat's 130 plus mile antenna, which was PBS. We're just gonna focus on PBS versus the channel that I did get with the You Must Have. Now, if we go right here, frequencies 10.2, 10.1 through 10.3, it says it's only 0.4 miles away, and it is also available on another frequency. Now that's over 50 miles away. Now with the Hotcats, we didn't pick up either of those frequencies, either of those PBS frequencies. Now if we go up to the map, now this one isn't a good example. We're gonna go over to the nocable.org's website and check out PBS. So WBIQ, it says here that it is 3 miles away, and I entered the same zip code, channel 10. Now let's see if we can see where it is. That's just the technical information. Let's go back here and see if we can find PBS on the map. So most likely PBS is going to be within this green cluster right here. So it's not far. It's not far at all. Matter of fact, let's go to dtv.gov/maps, and hopefully they'll have a better map. Now, one thing I want to show you is that how each map is kind of different. It's like with antennaweb.org map, it says that PBS is only 0.4 miles away, but then we go over to No Cable and it says it's 3 miles away, and we over here at dtv.gov. Let's see if we can go to the reception map and enter our zip code. So and PBS right here, let's see what happens when we select on it. So just looking at the map, that is from where I'm facing. So I'm right. Let's go up. And I'm just trying to get a general idea of I'm trying to consolidate all this information and just, just see exactly what we dealing with here. So, see, I'm right here. Okay, so this antenna, this tower would be northeast of the northeast. So I'm in the back of my building, so the antenna will be in the front of my building. So, I mean, regardless, like I said, each map tends to show different information, and on the FCC.gov map, it's showing that it's only 1 mile away. The antenna, well, the no cable map is showing it's 3 miles away, and the antennas direct or antennaweb.org map is showing that it's 0.4 miles away, and then you have another one that's 58 miles away. Which, we're not tripping over small information like that, but still, the Hotcats said it was a 130-mile range, and it didn't manage to pick up PBS, and that's my hot channel. If you can pick that up, you a good channel. I mean, you a good antenna for my situation. And even in the front room of where I stay at, I am not able to pick up the PBS channel with my You Must Have antenna. So I'm not able to pick up the PBS channel with my You Must Have antenna. So PBS is just one of them channels where I can tell if it's a good antenna or not. But yeah, just let this information soak in, and what I'm really trying to do is just crunch in the information and test a bunch of antennas and see which indoor antenna be great for people who live in apartments, because most people don't want antennas on their homes. So I'm pretty sure if both of these antennas was outside on top of the roof, then we would get all these channels no problem. But being indoors and being as how rooms are in different areas or different sides of the house, you tend to get different receptions from different areas of your house. So stay tuned, folks. We're gonna continue to do some tests on these antennas, and along with that, I'm gonna be keep you guys posted on some new streaming services. So that's it. I will talk to you guys next time.